Is there a reason I'd stop being pagan? This is probably the answer that will likely change the most as I go through life. I wish there was a simple yes or no, but as with most of these, it comes with a big maybe. If you'd ask a much younger me if I'd ever stop being Christian, I would have given a solid no. Mormonism requires its members to bear testimony that the church was true and that they have a strong faith in Jesus Christ. And for most of my childhood and into my early teens, I believed that. When I was in fifth grade, I had recently moved out of Utah and encountered my first population of not majority Mormon. So, little Mormon me went to my teacher and complained about people using God and Jesus Christ's name in vain. Hilarious, I know. And looking back now, it's quite cringy to imagine being that offended and outspoken as a 10-year-old. When I entered my teens, I became quite anti theistic as I transitioned out of the LDS church and bubble. In retrospect, I was following and mirroring my friends, themselves hardy anti theists, and proud of it. I openly made jokes and laughed at the concept of religion, especially Christianity, so up until my junior year of high school, I would have said there was no way I would follow any religion again. And now, here we are. To the actual question I'm trying to answer, it's been almost 8 years since I found Hellenism and the concept of paganism in the modern day, and right now I don't think there is much of a chance of me going in any other direction. Sure, my path will change and has changed since the first I started, but I'm still proudly and happily pagan. Pagan for me isn't just a term or label to slap onto myself. When I think of being pagan, I think of my morality, my lived experiences, my UPG, and especially my gods. It's about how much of a thrill and swooping in my chest I feel when I hear the word God said out loud. It's the peace and contentment I get when I think of my gods and my journey. It's the introspection I go through when I read through the Delphic Maxims and think about how they've guided me. It's how excited I get when I find something about paganism and Hellenism that I can incorporate into my life. And it's the nervousness I feel when I try to talk about it with anyone, but don't want to go on too much because I could go on for hours about everything about paganism. So the thought of not being pagan anymore seems impossible, and it's something I've spent many waking hours turning in my head. I 100% know that I would never go back to being Christian. I'll go more into that later with this whole thing, but suffice it to say, I know I'm not accepted nor welcome by the Christian God. Just leaving that at that for now. Right now, it would take quite a spiritual experience to break me away from the gods in Hellenism and paganism, because I see the gods in everything in every part of my life. From the coins I found on the ground on my bad days to the pure joy I get when I learn more about them and the mythology, the gods are in my life and an integral part of it. I honestly don't fucking know. I don't think anyone knows for sure what spiritual path they'll follow in their lives. There are ex-Christians, ex-Muslims, ex-Jews, ex-atheists, and ex-pagans all over who thought their former beliefs would be theirs forever. I'm not closing myself off to whatever comes my way, as long as what comes next is a step forward in my journey to being a good person, an upstanding moral citizen, and someone who I can be proud of. Do I hope to be pagan for the rest of my life? Fuck yes. Thanks for listening.